Hello and welcome to Abundance Rising Dairy. We are so glad that you're here. You know, when we very first decided to reach out to the local homeschool community and open up sales for raw milk to our local community, I had no idea how popular that was going to be. The business has really taken off. We have discovered that there is a very real need in our area for good, healthy, clean raw milk. And if we can be a source for that to the community, we would like to continue to open up our doors and to be able to just accommodate as many families as we possibly can. But with the amount of cows that we have, that's just not quite going to do it. So I found some beautiful girls all the way in Wisconsin that are major producers. One of them produces 10 gallons a day. The other one does 15. They are healthy, disease-tested, strong, and trained cows. So my son Micah and I are borrowing our buddy's truck and trailer, and we are going to take the rig on a trip to Wisconsin. Come along with us. I'll do my best to record as much of the trip as we can. I'll show you around. It's going to be an adventure. This will be a trip to remember. Come along with me. Quick disclaimer. In the great state of Texas, it is absolutely legal for us to sell our raw milk. As long as we follow the proper guidelines and people come to our farm to pick it up, we are allowed to sell raw milk. This is not the case in every state, so I know that other people watching this may have different rules and regulations. We follow the rules and regulations of Texas, and it has been a wonderful and fantastic program. Would you believe that on our way, we actually ended up losing a tire? We were so thankful that if a tire was going to blow, it was going to be before we added cows. Just as we pulled off the freeway, we happened to stumble upon a discount tire that had plenty of time to stop and fix us up. In no time at all, we were back on the road. It was definitely the Lord's provision that got us fixed up, that we found a place that had exactly what we needed and was able to take care of it in a timely fashion. In less than an hour, we were back on the road with safe tires and a safe rig to protect the cows. Micah, what is with that giant letter M up there?
It's because they knew I was coming.
Oh, is that your giant welcome?
Yes.
Welcome, Micah, to Wisconsin. Jeez, these roads here. So, Micah, we decided to take a road trip to Wisconsin. And of course, as I do, I packed a bunch of food. What did Mom pack today?
Cucumber slices and ranch.
Hey, it's homemade ranch. Not only that, it's fermented kefir ranch.
Homeschooled field trip snacks.
Homeschooled field trip snacks. You have the coolest mom ever.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, that's the best ranch on the planet right there. Kefir ranch, homemade. Amber and Jesse, where's your comments at? Oh yeah. Get those probiotics in.
This is cool. I thought it would be.
The drive to Wisconsin was pretty uneventful, outside of losing a tire on the trailer, which I'm just so thankful that that happened on the way there to get the cows, instead of us trying to repair a tire with two massive cows in the trailer. So after we got that taken care of, the rest was pretty easy peasy. It was just a nice drive, headed to Wisconsin, lots of beautiful countryside to see, lots of driving, lots of laughing with Micah. We had a really great time. Once we got there, we pulled into the farmer's property, got out of the truck, and called him and told him that we were there. And he pretty much just left us sitting there for quite a bit. He was in the barn, he was milking, and when he finally came out to get us and invite us inside, that was really exciting and it was very neat to see. He was, however, a grumpy old man, and I did not feel comfortable asking him if he wanted to be on the channel. So I did not record our very first meeting. I did not record when we first walked into the barn. However, later I did ask him if I could record some of his milking practices and just kind of around the barn a little bit, and he was kind enough to allow us to do that. So a little bit of footage of after we had gone in and already met our cows, picked out which ones we wanted to buy, and right before we left to go back to the hotel to sleep for the night. So I'm about to put that footage on right now for you guys to see inside the barn. We spent a little bit of time with the cows and then we went to our hotel. We slept. We were up at 4:30 the next day to drive to his barn. He starts milking at 5. Right after milking, we loaded up the girls and brought them home. Just keep watching because all the exciting stuff comes next. That's my new girl right there. Hi, beautiful. This is where they sleep at night. It is quite cold here. Very, very chilly. So they sleep inside. So this is the gutter. There's a gutter behind the free stalls. This gutter has a conveyor belt. So after they take all of the cows out to graze, they can just turn this on and it just cleans it all straight out for them. What a system they have going on here. So the girls sleep here overnight and then he'll let them out and they'll go through a door there at the end of the barn. That wall over there just kind of slides open and they know their routine. They're so relaxed and comfortable in here. But as they stand here, whenever they use the restroom, it goes into that gutter and they can just haul it all out and then they muck out the stalls and get ready for the next milking. It is quite a system. High tempo.
So the service sire that she got bred to.
Tempo. And Vesta. We will be changing their names. Okay, so Micah, here we are. We've picked up the cows already, but now we have a new mission. What is our mission?
Cheese.
Where are we?
Wisconsin somewhere.
So we're in Wisconsin. Obviously, we need to find some local cheese.
I have to pull this thing. I can't talk. I have 6 inches on each side from in the other lane.
I don't know.
Show them on the mirror.
I'm gonna see. Oh, maybe. Okay. If you can see in the mirror with this trailer, we are in town There is absolutely no room on either side. You see how close we are to the curb? However, we will go long and far. We will go far and long for some decent cheese. Brought the girls on a little field trip. Figured they might want to know what some of their milk is used for. So we decided to bring them to the cheese castle. Where else would you take cows when you're in Wisconsin? How are you? Good morning. Are you serious, guys? I can't believe I just found this. Mac and cheeses. Anoint thy pasta with cheeses. 10 minutes to a miraculous meal. Good Lord, it's good. You never know what you're going to find at the cheese castle. The only thing we're missing is a cow. Oh, look, there it is. Not sure why it's got to be a Holstein. Hey, Micah, you need a cheese hat? All right, guys, so we're over here at the Mars Cheese Castle,
Yes.
and I just met an Iris. You all know that I've got a cow named Iris, and she was so honored. But she helped me pick out all of the necessary cheese for our trip.
Yes.
Thank you so much for helping us out.
Well, thank you for coming to visit us.
Yeah, it's been great.
I'm very honored.
You have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
And see you guys on YouTube.
That's right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, girls. We are back from cheese shopping. Can you believe the lady in there tried to introduce me to some goat cheese? I'm not gonna buy goat cheese. What are we gonna do with goat cheese? You girls doing all right? It's time for a long ride home. my brother's a truck driver, and sometimes he drives loads that are liquid. And I had asked him once if that was really challenging to drive a load of liquid that moves around. I would think that that would move the entire rig around, and he assured me that yes, that can be quite challenging, and you have to really know what you're doing, or it can be really dangerous. So after spending an entire day of driving 3,000 pounds of cow around, I feel like I might have a slight idea of what that's like. These girls, they don't just stand still, and they sure in the heck don't lay down. Even now they're moving around quite a bit. So we stopped at a truck stop to try to get them some water, and just to give them 10 minutes to calm down a little bit without all the constant moving. They are absolute troopers. This breed of cow, the Brown Swiss, is known for being hardier, far less delicate than Jerseys. They seem to be handling the drive just fine, but this is a long ways. We've got at least an hour to go before we can stop and milk them. I want to get them milked before nightfall, but I don't want to milk them so early that the rest of the trip home is too much. Hello. They're doing really good. This has been a great trip, and Micah is a fantastic driver. But they move a lot, and you've got to be really careful. Go for it.
I should make the video.
Turns out it was just easier to hand milk her than to try and get the machine set up in there. We did come across some fantastic people who pulled up next to us They pulled up next to us. It's been a long day, folks, in this bus, and they have allowed us to run a power cord to the milk machine. So we can use the milk machine, but Micah's doing a great job just hand milking her, and she's doing just fine being hand milked. This is probably the first time in her life she's ever been hand milked. Good girl, Mama. Bucket of feed. She's happy as could be. We had some water in here for her too, but she's much more interested in the food. Well, guys, I knew that milking was probably going to be our biggest challenge. It actually turns out that the most mellow, calmest cow was our biggest challenge. She refused to give us any milk no matter what we did. Now, the other one, unnamed at this moment, was able to get in there and hand milk her like it was nothing. Like she's been doing it her whole life. But has not eaten, she's had nothing to drink, and she would not be milked. Really hoping this cow wasn't a mistake. We've got to go. We've got to get home. We tried for over an hour. So it has now started to rain, as you can see. It is really hard. Can't stay out here trying to milk. We are an absolute wreck. We had to go into the gas station and change our clothes because poop was flying everywhere. Guys, this has definitely been an adventure, and not really one that I think I want to repeat. So Mike has been driving, and I have been doing my very best to sleep. And see, I had a cooler and milking equipment in the back. We're doing our best, I promise. I've been sleeping. It's about 9:30 at night. We've still got a good 10-hour drive left. We will be driving through the night. But Justin, it's been a week, guys. Micah just stopped to get fuel at the world's greatest gas. Went and found us a Buc-ee's. So, because I was sleeping, I have no idea where we are. But I sent him in to go get what he needed. And I'm gonna go, I'm putting on my boots right now. I'm gonna go put fuel in the truck. So let's see how the girls are doing. Oh, my wallet would help. It's gonna be hard to put fuel in the truck if I don't pay for it. the cow that is yet to be named, who did a great job being milked, and Winnie the Moo, who did not let us milk her at all. Well, looks like they're okay. So, let's refuel and get back on the road. Well, it is 6:30 in the morning. We have been in the car 24 hours, driving for 24 hours. Micah has been a beast. We, of course, stopped for coffee. We've still got 3 hours left to make it home. The cows are doing okay. By the time we get home, we have to immediately get them unloaded and milked. And then we're going to put them in the pasture alone. We're going to move all of the other cows so that they're in their own pasture all alone, so they have a chance to lay down and rest without competition and having to learn new cows, and they can introduce themselves to each other later. So, yeah, we're trucking along. This has been a very long run, but we're getting there. We're in the home stretch. So I'm always amazed in situations like this, the people that we get to meet, and I always find it rather comical. So we had pulled over on the side of the road to milk the cows, right? And the generator was giving us fits because we borrowed it from somebody, and it just wasn't working. So a RV, this gorgeous RV rig, pulled up right next to us, and the wife gets out and she runs up to me and she's like, "Is there any way that I can? Is it okay if I come and I look at your cows? I really want to come see the cows." And I'm like, "Yeah, come check them out. What breed are they?" Everybody wanted to know if they're Jersey. Everyone we talked to, these cows are not Jersey. They're like twice the size of a Jersey. Anyway, so I happened to ask her as we're struggling with the generator. I'm like, "How long are you guys going to be parked here?" She said, "Overnight." I'm like, "Oh, is there any way that we could run an extension cord to your rig? Because I really need to get this milk machine up and running." "Yeah, that should be fine. Go talk to my husband, you know, whatever." And so while Mike is over there getting the extension cord plugged into his RV, I'm standing there talking with her, and just the questions that she got to ask, and taking so many photos of these strangers in a gas station parking lot milking cows. And then she pulls out, I told her, I said, "If you can get me some paper towels, I'll wash down the cow, and you know, you can have a little bit of the milk if you want. I mean, these cows are disease tested. They came from a dairy. I know that it's healthy. They're fine." So she went and she got a homemade like tumbler cup, and she was standing there taking video of it, saying, "Thank you to somebody for making me the cup. Look what we're able to use it for." She was just so absolutely thrilled. And then she video messaged her daughter so that her daughter could see us in the parking lot. And just the lives that we encounter on trips like this is always really exciting. Iris at the Cheese Castle, she was an absolute hoot. I just really enjoyed getting to meet her. She made stopping absolutely worth it. She was so wonderful, and she was just so thrilled to be named the same as one of my very first cows. I ended up getting her phone number and sending her a picture of Iris the cow. She was just so great. But you know, trips like this are exhausting and they're insane, and it's not something that I ever want to do again, but I'm always so grateful that I did. And then I got this guy over here driving like a boss. He doesn't quit, and he doesn't let me drive until I force him to because he's tired. But he is a beast, and he's done so good. I couldn't have done this trip without him. But we're getting these girls home. But I was just sitting here kind of thinking back on the trip a little bit and some of the highlights. The farmer that we got to meet, he was great. Answered a whole lot of my questions because I told him, I said, "I'm completely self-taught. I grew up in the city. I didn't know any of this coming up, and I'm all the way self-taught, and I've learned a lot of things the hard way." And then I would just ask all the questions, and he was really patient with me and showed me around. So, and I even asked him if I could take some videos, and he was fine with it. But it's just been a really great trip. I cannot wait to get these girls home, immediately milked out, and then I am going to bed. But it was really fun having this sweet couple that happened to pull up next to us when we needed them. God has been so good through all of this. And we were able to plug in the milk machine. So, and they were so fun to talk with. Her husband Bob spent a lot of time chatted up with Micah, talking with Micah specifically while I was talking with her. I didn't get her name. And she was taking all the photos and making video calls with her officers pull up next to us and start snapping photos of the cows. Like, these cows bring joy to more people than just me. I'm probably a little over the top with it, but they're pretty fun. They're really doing a good job, and so far they're on their feet. They look tired, but they're going to be glad to be home. But they've done really well for how long of a drive this is. We just made it back home, and guys, I got to admit, even I'm a little surprised that we pulled this off. We actually made it home. I think that was 27 hours of driving. I think I'd have to do the math. Yeah. Anyway, we are very interested in what's going on in that trailer. I got the gate and just told Micah to go get the girls up there. We got to get them out and get them milked right now. You made it, girls. Now let's get you out of there and actually get you comfortable. Well, it's her first time in the stanchion. That was a bit of a battle. Mike is in bed right now, so he wasn't out here helping me, which is fine. But I wasn't really able to record that whole situation. But this is a very new situation for her, and she didn't necessarily love it. So I was able to walk right up to her and put a halter on her. I have the halter tied to a post so that she can't back out. It took her a little bit to settle into being comfortable eating, but it would appear she got over that. At first I really thought they were not going to fit in the stanchion at all, and let's be honest, they don't. But she was able to get in there. She is used to a major dairy operation, so this is all very different for her. But the milk is flowing. The cow is eating. It's 5 o'clock, which is what time she would get milked if she was on the dairy. We'll see what we get. I don't expect the first couple of days to be much, and that's okay. She'll settle in and get comfortable, and she'll end up producing more than enough for us. So she's new. This is all very new. She's not interested in eating. That means nothing to her at this time. Good old Winnie. There's always got to be one. So I've got a halter on her so she can't back out. Her head absolutely does fit in here. She just doesn't want to. And it probably freaks her out that Mac is back there checking her out right now. She's actually really, really good on a halter. Come on, Winnie. That a girl. Get some food. She'll settle in. It's only been a day. Actually, it's only been about 6 hours. So I think she's doing outstanding for all the changes that she's been through. And the milk is flowing. Her feet are gigantic. She's just such a big cow. So much taller even than Heidi. Thanks for being a good girl, Winnie. Well, we did it. We got them home. They're all settled in. They've been milked. They've got plenty of food and water, and soon they'll meet the rest of the cows. This was a suicide mission. The fact that we went from South Central Texas all the way to Wisconsin to pick up these 2 gals. Let's hope this was a decision that pays off. But we did it. We made it home, and now it's time to get some rest. Thanks for watching.